Hi everyone, I'm going to make an Ajmal page today in this Canson mixed media notebook, and I'm going to start with a technique that I just love. I'm gonna start with gesso resist on this page, and for this I've got this stencil that I made. This is just a plastic divider that I drew upon and cut the pieces with utility knife. Or was it X-Acto knife, whatever. If you are trying to do this, use whatever is more easier for you. Sometimes if the pieces are large enough, I will use nail scissors like this because it's easier and they have a curve that you can use to your advantage. So I'm going to use this stencil, and this is just a piece of cardboard that I've cut some round shapes out of. I'm not going to call them circles because they are not symmetrical. And I'm going to take a makeup sponge with gesso here, and I'm going to start with this shape here, and it doesn't have to be great or accurate. It just gives you interest in the background. So finished with this. I know you can hardly see the white on white, and I'm going to use this shape here on my page, and I'm going to mask this part so it won't get in my way, just using some masking tape. I'm gonna put it here, and let's place it. I want one here. Basically I want at least 3 of these across my page in different length on my page. This one is going to be the tallest of the 3, I think. And as you can see, I'm working quite fast, and I'm not really concerned about how accurate the print is. And now I'm putting this a little so it will be shorter than the other one. And another. Let's see. The problem with this kind of stencil is that I can't see where my shape was, and I just have to approximately place it on my page. Okay. Let's try and move this a little bit. Never enough space, no matter what. Okay, so I've got these 3, I don't know what to call them, branches here, and let's see, maybe something to break this. And I just made a mess here. As I said, not enough space. I'm going to wipe my stencil before I'm doing more damage. Okay, so I'm thinking more, a little bit more leaves here, so I'm going to use this. Haven't thought to use it, but now I'm thinking, what the heck, let's add this to the background, just have more interest. So I've got this, and I'm thinking even one more leaf here, and I'm going to give it a very quick blast with the heat tool because it's just so it dries really fast. And I'm going to use one of my homemade sprays. This is from Gel Food Coloring. Few drops of gel inside a bottle with water, and the more gel food coloring, the more intense the color is, the less more water. If you have more water, it's lighter. And so no recipe, it's just what what comes out. And I think I'll spray it a little bit with water just to make it move and less dots and grainy. Now I'm going to let it move a little bit, because right now I'm always not sure about this technique, although it worked for me in the past all the time. It seems like it's not working, the resist, and then you just need to wait for it to dry and you see it works. So I'm going to wait for it to dry and I'll come back. I'm back, and I'm not quite satisfied with the resist of the gesso that I've got here, but I'm going to leave it be and just work on top of it. This was only supposed to be in the back, and if you want it more pronounced, you can always come back with the stencil and put more gesso where it was. I want to start playing with some colors here. I've got Deco Art Navy Blue, Cool Blue, Soft Coral, and Buttercream. I'm going to place a little bit of each here. And this is not good. I should have shook. Let's see. Okay. I'm placing them near the gesso because I'm planning of mixing to get more shades of the same color. Here we go, and I'm going to start with this, and let's see, I've got this smaller round here, and I'm going to take a sponge. Let's see, I'm gonna try this one. I'm just playing with the sponges, and I hope I'm still in frame because I'm trying. Let's see, maybe I'll do it like this so you can see what I'm doing. So trying to place it inside the other round thing I've done with the resist, and just picking a little bit of this and now this one, and as you can see, I'm just mixing and playing. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I just know I want to play with the colors. I need for this to dry before I continue doing anything with it, so I'm just moving on to my leaves that are going to be here on my page. And let's see, I'm thinking maybe I'll switch to something like this because I wanted like each leaf to be with different color. So Let's see if I can do something like that. Or maybe just one side will be with the cold colors that I'm using now, and the other side would be with the warm colors. As I said, it's not planned. I just wanted to play with these colors and try and make something interesting. Let's see if I've got another one. So now I'm going to take from these two colors and just do the other side, and maybe even here. Let's see. Yay, it worked. Okay. So I'm going to now do another one, and I want them overlapping a little bit, so it will be more interesting and not like some soldiers just standing in line. So let's see. Picking from each time from both colors, so I have got like half of each sponge with the other, with two colors, darker and lighter. Okay, switching, and let's see. Don't know if you can see this, but I put a little bit of the warm colors on the central one. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing the same thing and putting more branches like that, and I'll come back. I'm back. So kept going over with the stencil and just using the same thing, just what I had here, and playing with the colors. And now I've got some permanent marker, and I want to give more definition to what I have on my page, and I want an uneven, very loose and squiggly lines, so something like that. And I'm going to go almost all over. Like this, and it's very loose and doesn't have to make complete sense where everything goes. And I'm also, if you can see, I'm going over where I've got the gesso resist, so I've got more in the background, and I'll try and bring it closer to the camera, and maybe you can see. As I said, the gesso resist didn't go as well as I planned, but I hope maybe you can see what I'm doing. So this is basically a straight here, but I'm going again doing some very loose lines, and here is one of those that I have from the gesso resist. This is going to take me some time, So I'm going to continue off camera, and I'll be back when I'm done going all over. I'll be back. I'm back, finished with the permanent marker, and I quite like it, but it's not what I was thinking my page will look like, but I'm going with it, and I still want something more interest, and I picked this is just all pieces of fun foam that I've glued to this foam cube, and I'm using them as a stamp, and I've got this spiral here that I'm going to stamp around like this, and just to add to the whole thing. Like so. Maybe I should add a little bit of this color, just so it will work with the same, with the whole page. And as you can see, I'm overlapping. This is going to be, here we go, and maybe just one more here, and yeah. Now I only want this to dry, and then I want to darken the edges, and this is quite it for me for this page. So I'll wait for it to dry and then darken the edges. I'm back. Now I want to darken the edges, and first I thought to take a ink pad with some makeup sponge and go over the edges, but I want something more intense, and I'm going to take, this is something like Gelato's or whatever, it's like some kind of crayon that has a reaction with water, and I'm just going to put it here on the edges and activate it with a baby wipe. Before I had any kind of, this is from the cheap store, before I had this or the Gelatos, what I would use when I wanted to smear something like that, I would take a blue or whatever color I wanted of lipstick, the kinds that, well, we buy all the crazy colors in Purim. You probably have them for Halloween, so I always have crazy colors to smear if I want to. And just taking a baby wipe, and I'm going to activate it. I'm going inside a little bit. Especially in the corners. I like my corners more intense. And here we go. I'm trying to go inside and blend a little so I won't have harsh lines. And if I feel it's too much, I'm just wiping the excess with the clean part of the baby wipe. This is it, quite I've finished this page without even realizing it, and as I said, not what I was planning. I don't know I kind of seen something more light and less blue, but I really like what I've got here, so I'm leaving it be and calling it done. So I hope you will try this with the sponges and playing with repetitive pattern with the stencil and have fun with it. So thank you for watching and thank you for leaving me comments below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.